Hello and welcome. This is going to be a guided meditation that will help you to integrate all parts of you into one whole being, integrating the best parts of you and releasing what no longer serves you. This may also help you to step in to your highest timeline. I hope this meditation helps you more than you could possibly know. I am rooting for you. Thank you for being here. So first, I want you to get into a really relaxing position. You can be seated, or you can be laying down. And try to relax. Loosen your muscles. Let your shoulders drop. Release the tension that is in your jaw. And lighten your gaze, or simply close your eyes. Now, I want you to focus on breathing slowly in through the nose and out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose. And again, out through the mouth. Keep focusing on this breathing technique. Now, as you're continuing to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, I want you to imagine just fully relaxing. When you deep breathe into your lungs and inhale, please think about how you're taking the energy around you of peace, enlightenment, and safety and breathing it into your core. As you exhale, remember that you are releasing anything that doesn't belong. In with peace, out stagnancy. In, out. All right. Now continue doing this breathing exercise as I lead you into a guided meditation. I want you to imagine a beautiful bright light coming down from the ethers, from the heavens, whichever you would like to call it. And this beautiful bright white light is coming all the way down through the clouds, down into your home or your apartment, wherever you are, through the top of your head. It is filling your skull, so your crown chakra, and cleansing it. And as you go through, it's also cleansing your third eye chakra and the rest of your head. It's cleansing your mouth down into your neck and your throat chakra, and it will continue down. As it continues down into your shoulders and through your arms into the tips of your fingers, and all throughout your chest, where it fills your heart chakra. You then continue downward, and it is filling your entire upper abdomen at this point into your upper and mid back. And it is cleansing every single atom that exists within you. We're clearing out any stagnancy that is in your next chakra, your solar plexus chakra. And we're continuing down to your last few chakras that are in your abdomen. And once your entire abdomen is filled with this beautiful white cleansing light, it goes down through your legs, through your knees, through your calves, down into your feet, the tips of your toes, and out your soles of your feet to connect you and plant you firmly into the earth's core. This white light is your anchor from the ethers to the beautiful earth. Now, I want you to go back to breathing and focusing on your breathing if you've forgotten. We're just going to deep breathe in and out. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay. I now want you to imagine a huge room. In this room, it is very comforting. In this room, there are multiple chairs. There are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chairs. All of these chairs, minus 1, have been taken up. And as you enter this room, you notice that this room is filled with very familiar faces. Imagine these chairs look like the most comfortable swivel chairs you could ever imagine. And they're all seated at a big table. You notice the first chair is filled by the childlike version of you, the youngest version of you, if you will. You greet them, say hello, and smile. You notice the second chair. The second chair is being held by the teenage version of you. You acknowledge them with a warm smile as well. As you look to the third chair, you see the young adult version of you. You smile and look onward to the next chair. The next chair, though it's a little bit of a shock, but you're happy to greet them because it is the broken and traumatized version of you, the version that holds all of your pain. You greet them like an old friend, smile, and look at the next chair. Within the next chair is the version of you who has always felt like they've had to have a facade to make other people feel like you are normal. We'll call this the mask version of you. This version of you has always felt like it wasn't safe to be seen or safe to be themselves. But you're so happy to see them that you smile and you wave. And then you greet the sixth person in the sixth chair. And this person is beautiful and bright and almost not what you expected. This version is the version of you that is the future version of you. This version of you that has already accomplished everything you've ever wanted. They're the ones that are calling from the future to tell you how to make it through. Now, you still acknowledge that there's another chair, and that chair is for you. So, as everybody's standing to greet you, you smile and wave and decide to sit down. And they all seat with you at the same time. I know that this seems a little scary, but the most important thing to understand is that they have been waiting for you to show up, and all you need to do is be present. Now, I want you to focus on your breathing again for a moment. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Again, in through your nose, and out through your mouth. Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you a series of questions to ask each version of you. And I want you to give them space to take time to know what it is that they want to say or need to say. Okay? Now, this first question, we're going to first direct it towards the child version of you, and then the teenage version of you, and then adult you, and then broken you, and then the mask version of you, followed by the future version of you. The point of this is to make sure that you give them the space to speak what it is that they need to speak, and that you give space and presence to hear them fully in this moment. Okay? So you look to child you, and you say, what do you need to hear right now? And as you allow them to speak, focus on your breathing. In, out. In, now. I want you to acknowledge the child version of you and let them know that you're grateful that they have opened up to you. And tell them what it is that they need to hear. And now, I want you to look to the teenage version of you. This teenage version of you also needs to hear something right now. So ask them, what is it that you need to hear right now? And give them the space to say whatever it is that they need to say. Remember to breathe. And now that they have told you what they need to hear, please tell them whatever it is that they need to hear. Focus on your breathing and remember that you are present in this room because you are needed to be present. You now turn to the young adult version of you, and you ask them the same question. What is it that you need to hear right now? Give them space and acknowledge them as they need to be acknowledged, and tell them what it is that they need to hear. Now that the young adult version of you has been able to express and hear what they need to hear from you right now, you now look to the broken and traumatized version of you, the version of you that holds all of your pain. I know that this is going to be a harder one to hear, so remind yourself to stay grounded as you ask them, what is it that you need to hear right now? And hold space for them, then validating them in the ways that they need to be loved and validated. As you're validating the broken part of you, remember that it is your job right now to simply be present and show that you are holding space for these versions of you. Do not run or try to escape. Simply hold space as you continue breathing. Now, you move to look towards the masked version of you. This version of you has never felt safe to be themselves. They always felt that they needed to wear some type of mask or facade in order to fit in and feel safe with the rest of society. This version of you tends to be the one that is front facing in all, or at least most, social situations. This version of you also needs to hear something important right now, so allow them the space to do so. And as you breathe, ask them, what is it that you need to hear from me right now? And acknowledge them as you breathe. Now that you have acknowledged all of these versions of you, it's time to acknowledge the future version of you. This version of you is the one that has everything figured out, has already been successful. Allow them the space to know what it is that they need to hear right now as well, as you deep breathe. You're doing a really great job. And I want you to know that you have already got to one of the harder questions. You validated every single version of yourself that needed validation and held space for them. It's now time to move forward and asking another question. This question is also an important question because it is going to allow you to help release things with these versions of yourself in a healthy way. I want you to ask yourself this question to everyone as a collective. Ask, what have I been carrying for so long? And who asked me to carry it in the first place? Perhaps it was the child version of you, or maybe the teenage version of you, maybe young adult version of you. Maybe it was the broken you that is holding all the pain. It could be the mass version of you. It might even be the future version of you. Assist each other in releasing it. This is going to tell you who you need to speak with in order to fully release whatever it is that's been so heavy to hold. I now want you to turn and ask the question to yourself. If I fully trusted this was all going to work out, what would I do next? If I fully trusted that all of my dreams are going to come to fruition, what would be my next steps? This is the time that you're going to focus on the future version of you, because they already have the answers. They already know what it is that you need to do next. So allow the future version of you to guide you. Do some breathing as you listen. In and out. And now, I need you to look to all versions of yourself and ask every version out loud collectively, which version of me have I been ignoring, but they hold the key? This is going to help you to understand what is going to unlock what you need to unlock in order to move forward. Please allow them the love and validation and the space being held for them. It is very hard to acknowledge uncomfortability, but please remember that all parts of you need to be seen in order for this meditation to help. So, you breathe in and out. In and out. Now that you've acknowledged what has been ignored and actually see what it is that holds the key to unlock the door to move forward, you now need to ask yourself in front of every version of yourself, what have I been too afraid to say out loud? Because once I do, it changes everything. Don't spend too long thinking about it, and instead, Just allow yourself to say it in this room. If you're in a comfortable place and you feel like you would need to say it out loud, please do what you feel called to do. But it is time to acknowledge the thing that you need to say out loud. You can't move forward if you don't. Remember to breathe in and out. In and out. Stay grounded in your core as you are acknowledging what it is that you need to acknowledge. And know that this is going to give you power. Your strength is coming already, and I know you feel a lot more grounded. So stick with me as we have one more question. The last question that I want you to ask is going to be directed to your future self. Because again, they have the most accurate answer to this question because they have already succeeded. So I want you to ask your future self, what does a version of me who has already made it, already figured everything out, and already has become successful, refuse to tolerate anymore? I want you to also ask, in tandem with that question, why am I still tolerating it right now? Allow whatever comes to come and hold space for it. This is going to help you to fully release what no longer serves you. Don't run from it, but instead hold more space. Breathe in through your nose, and out through your mouth. In through your nose, and out through your mouth. In through your nose, and out through your mouth. I now would like to have you to sit and relax in this space with all versions of you. I'd like you at this time to ask every version of you to sit with you on the floor in a circle, or perhaps lay with you in a circle, depending on whatever is comfortable for each version of you. There are pillows and yoga mats and blankets for comfort level, regardless of if they want to sit or lay down. I now would like each version of you to collectively breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth after taking a comfortable seated or lying position. We're now all going to relax and release what it is that no longer serves us as a collective. So we're going to breathe in and out. In and out. As you breathe in the positive energy that is now filling up this room. It is the same white light that we pulled from the ethers through our body, every energy point, down through our feet, and anchored us into the earth. This room is filling each version of us in this room, in and around. This white light is cleansing anything that no longer serves us so that we can move forward. As we are meditating, remember that it's okay to allow these versions of us to rest. If you no longer need the mask version of you, it's okay to ask them if they want to release. This isn't fully letting them go. This is instead integrating the best parts of them while removing what no longer serves us. I'm going to integrate that in now. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Now, we're going to turn to the child version of us. And we're going to ask to integrate the best parts of them into us and release what no longer serves us within them. They're no longer scared. They're no longer fearful. They're instead joyful because they know that this is what is needed in order for you to move forward. And they do so with peace and a smile on their face. So breathe in and out. As you're breathing in and out, remember that you are integrating them into you and they will never be lost. You're going to do the same with the teenage version of you. They're happy to know that you're taking the steps you need to become the person that you truly are meant to be. They smile and acknowledge that they are ready to integrate the best parts of them and release what parts of them are no longer serving you. As you do this, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Through your nose and out through your mouth. Now that those three are fully integrated, we are going to now turn to the young adult version of us. This version of us, though very brilliant, does also have things that need to be released as well. For none of us are perfect, and the work is never truly done. So we look at the young adult version of us, and they smile, because they know that they are ready to be integrated, and they're ready to release what no longer serves you. So you breathe in and out. As you integrate the best parts of them and release what no longer serves. In and out. Now, I want you to look at the broken and traumatized part of you. This part of you we saved for this position because they are a little bit scared. They may have a little bit of anxiety or be a little unsure, but they have seen now 4 other versions of you be integrated in the most beautiful of ways, that they feel safer and more calm than they did in the beginning. This part of you is very self-aware and knows that it is time to move forward, time for clarity, and that not all parts of them can come with you. They know that you'll never forget them, as do the others. But this part of you wants to give you a really big hug first. Because this part of you knows that you are strong enough now to move forward. And this part of you is ready to let go. So you start beginning to integrate the parts of your traumatized self that are meant to move forward with you. The good qualities, the positive things that will help you as you move forward. And as you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, The parts that no longer align are being released. Those parts of that traumatized version of you are smiling and waving as they are released, as if they are being evaporated from the being. At this point, all that stands in the room, all sits in the room, is you and your future self, as you've already integrated 5 parts of you into yourself. Parts of you miss them, but other parts of you know that they are never leaving you, and that you're about to start a beautiful journey, fully integrating all parts of you. So now you look to the future version of you. This future version of you is smiling because they are so proud of you. They may be crying tears of joy, wanting to jump up and down, but they know that it's time to continue this meditation. So instead, they smile so bright ear to ear. They look at you and they say, "I love you, I see you, and I'm so, so proud of you." You smile with joy because you know it's time to integrate the future version of you into your being, so that you can always be fully guided in every moment by the version of you that is already successful. You're a little nervous because you haven't been successful yet, or maybe you have in some ways, but in others, not so much. It's time for you to relax before integrating the future version of you into you and fully releasing any doubt that your subconscious may have. As you breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, remember that you have already achieved everything that you've always wanted, and that's why your future version of you is going to be integrated. It may seem scary, maybe a little overwhelming, but you are ready. Remind yourself that it is time to let go of the old beliefs. It's time to let go of the things that are trying to tell you you can't do it. It's time to let go of everything that is holding you back and placing a block between you and stepping into your highest timeline. As you breathe in the certainty that it will all work out in your favor. And as you breathe out, release the stagnancy that tries to convince you of any other narrative. Give me a few more breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. So now, we're going to turn back to the future version of ourselves. They fully see how ready that you are and are ready to be integrated. They know that it's time, and they're happy to support you as you step into your highest timeline. You both hold hands as you sit on the floor, legs crossed. And as you breathe in, you take in all parts of them. You breathe in and out through your mouth, in through your nose, and out through your mouth. As you do this, it's almost magical that you see them turn into dust and being integrated into your body, into your being, into your aura, and your soul. You breathe in one last time, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. You now notice, as you open your eyes in this room, that you are the only one left in this room. But this room no longer looks like it has multiple chairs that are empty, but instead, only see a mirror. And in this mirror, you're able to see the change of what you look like with all the best parts of the versions of you integrated into your being. You might notice that you look happier. You might notice that you seem calmer. You might also notice that you stand taller. Whatever you notice, hold space and acknowledge that you are exactly where you need to be, exactly when you need to be there. You now are able to continue breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. When you start to acknowledge that you are more coming back to the present, before opening your eyes, maybe wiggle your toes and fingers, shift your shoulders from side to side, wiggle your legs and your torso as you fully come back into your body in the present. As you do this, I want you to think about how nice this experience has been, how beautiful this manifestation of jumping into your higher timeline meditation has made you feel. Possibly you no longer feel anxiety. Now you feel nothing but joy and excitement. Maybe now you feel ready and more prepared. Perhaps you feel relieved. Whatever it is that you feel, acknowledge where you feel it in your body right now. Hold space for that feeling and carry it with you as you open your eyes when you're ready and go throughout the rest of your day. Remind yourself when things get hard that everything is always working out for your highest good. Not only because you are supported, but you are being guided by the most divine of beings, including the future version of yourself. Thank you for being here. Have a lovely day. May you be blessed.